Today, I'm going to be trying a very difficult challenge here in college football 26, as many people have done over the years for college football and NCAAs back in the day. Winning a national championship with only one-star recruits has proved to be a difficult one, but I'm here to make it even more challenging because we are doing things how we typically do them on the channel, because I'm not going to be hopping in and playing. I'm not going to be taking control of these guys. I am a helpless bystander on the sidelines, watching these guys having to do it themselves. On top of that, we have other things that make it difficult as well because of the fact that we're taking over Michigan and going into the Big Ten. Last year, I did a video where I followed, a team of only one-star players, and it was in the Sun Belt, and they were able to, eventually max out these one-star players and do pretty decent for themselves and find themselves in the playoffs because they're farming up those Sun Belt championships and getting that last spot for a group team in the playoffs. So if you go to the Big Ten, you go to the SEC, one of those two difficult conferences, you don't get the luxury of taking on easier opponents. We have to take down Ohio State, Oregon, USC, and all these other schools. If you want to know why I chose Michigan, I guess wanted to use Michigan for a video, and, using them makes it so that I have to at least knock out one less difficult opponent and, not have to deal with Michigan since I'm using them. But also, we are not going to really mess with playbooks either. I could go and swap over to meta playbooks and switch playbooks from year to year. I'm not going to be doing that either. We're just going to be sticking with what we got and having to make it work. So we're not playing, we're not changing playbooks, we're not using the transfer portal because transfer portals, I haven't really, dove into one-star portal players, but, you presume they'll be higher overall than the freshmen that we'll get. So we're just stuck with these guys and these guys only, and it's up to me, my coaching, the coaching staff I put together, and watching these bumbling idiots try to get a championship. We're going to be seeing how long it takes, and overall, if we can't get a national championship, just what we can accomplish in this video, because we're going to be going a long time, at least a decade plus. I just want to see what's possible. I know that if I were to hop in and play the games or play the moments or anything, I could go and win a national championship with a 70 overall team. You could do that. I could do that. Anybody can do that. But to watch the games, to rely on these players independent of me using them, some luck is going to be needed. We're going to need a lot to go our way, and we're also going to need to do a good job developing these players. So here's kind of how we're going to go through year by year. It's not really worth showing you recruiting these guys because they're one-stars, and we're not going to have a much challenge getting them. But we go and grab 35 players to start the video. So how we're also doing this is because we're taking over Michigan. The first 2 years, we're just kind of recruiting to try to get 35 and 35, just so we can have a full 70-man roster and take over and have full one-stars, trying to get the Bryce Underwoods of the world out of here so we can have a full one-star team to take over. So hasn't, I guess, officially started, but how about a gem player that we do find? And we're obviously looking for the dev traits. The difference just between normal and impact is massive, especially for these one-stars, but how often will it be that we can find star, maybe even elite dev players? How hard is that going to be? I'll have a couple of little statistics at the end of the video. Nothing too deep like I do with the following the careers of players, but, I'll have a little graphic at the end for you to just kind of tally the results of all the one-stars that we were able to bring in. But I think the obvious thing we got to do here for our coach, just get the floor raised, do the ratings boost, and do whatever we can to maximize the one-stars that we have. There's going to be talent trees that we're just not going to be able to unlock. Talent developer, and obviously recruiting's not going to be useful for us either. We don't need boosted interest on one-stars. I mean, they're going to be layups to get. So we have to just work with what we have, because also we're not going to be able to get things like, CEO, because when we win a national championship, if we win a national championship, if that even happens, the video will probably end. And even something like program builder, the stuff in that tree doesn't really help us that much. It doesn't really do much for our one-stars. So we have to just work with what resources we have. We got a couple more gems here, but here is what the team is looking like now that we did 2 years of recruiting for one-stars and we have a roster of only one-stars on the team. Yeah, it says we're a 39 overall team, and here's where things get started properly. I mean, you could see we got a couple of ratings boosts, but generally these players, 60s, 50s, it is brutal. And I mean, we're worse than right now FCS teams. Can we even beat an FCS team at this point? So We presume that at least in the early years, it's going to be hard to even win a game on the season, and we're trying to turn this team into a national championship, and we don't have much to really get beyond this from the talent pool. Like, these are the levels of players that we're going to have to work with. So let's hop into some action here and see what the team looks like day one. And this is a game against that FCS team. It is 10-10 in the fourth quarter. When it comes to regular season games, I'm not going to be doing a crazy amount of regular season games, just the ones that matter, but also ones like this where we get to just kind of see the ground zero of this team. Michigan knocking through a field goal, and it's 13-10. We are struggling against an FCS team as they are going to scramble, get a first down, and more sliding at the 47-yard line. We're looking for win number 1 on this video, and a fumble scooped up by Michigan. And we, despite I think being outmatched from a talent perspective, have the lead, have the football, and a throw over the middle for a first down. And at the 37-yard line with 6:30 to play, can we increase our lead as we're going to get another completion there and another solid gain? I think that's going to get us into field goal range, but we're going to go for it. Why not? 4th down and 2. He is met at the line. They give him the first down. I think we'll take that generous spot. Another 3rd down situation. It will turn to 4th and 1, and this time we'll kick the field goal. You know, for my coaching, I have my aggressiveness turned like all the way up, just because if we're gonna have a chance to win a national championship one day, we need to take some risks, and they need to pay off for us. And going for it on 4th downs is going to be a part of that. Now, with that 6-point lead, 3.5 minutes to go, FCS Southeast getting it to the 46-yard line, sweeping it outside of the running back. That's going to be a tackle for loss. And this is going to be the only time all season that we actually look competitive. So enjoy it while you can. A sack on 4th down and 21 now. Basically, game on the line. Throwing it deep. Passes incomplete. And with under 2 minutes to play, a first down can maybe seal this game. 3rd and 1, running it to the outside, and we do start 1-0. Many great coaches in the history of football have not started 1-0 in their career, but we have. Little do they know we are going to probably lose out the rest of the season, because you go and, you know, on the flip side, take on a team like Texas, and you lose 49-10. So that's going to be the other side of this. And look as we simulate through this season. I mean, 63-0, 48-14. How about the biggest devastation of the season? 104-0 on Oregon. We put up how many yards? I don't think I've ever seen this before. A negative QBR. He would have been better if he just stayed at home. 6 interceptions, 6 completions on 35 attempts, and a negative QBR. That is unbelievable. And that's going to be how we're having to start this. 100 points allowed, and everybody at Oregon had a lot of fun. We had a whopping 1 rushing yard from our running back, and at least we had a receiver grab 2 catches on the day. I mean, that's something at least. But you could see the stats on the season aren't going to look much better, and, you know, one guy goes and grabs 3 interceptions on us. But, yeah, the FCS team, we belong in Division 3 maybe. Ohio State 59-0, Michigan State 41-0, Illinois 49-0. I mean, we got shut out a bunch of times in the stats on the season. Shaquem Duck, our quarterback, one of them at least, put in his bid for one of the greatest QB seasons of all time. 2 touchdowns, 18 interceptions, 30% completion percentage, and just 600 yards on the season. He was intercepted on 10% of his passes. We averaged 2.3 yards a carry with our running back. That's maybe even a little higher than I expected. Also, you see that we had a 20-plus yard run. That's impressive. And also, Bob Shaw, 0 drops. We got to look for the positives here. 0 drops for one of our receivers. 3 tackles for loss. 2 team sacks. We had 2 sacks as a team. That is hard to accomplish, doing that bad. We had 3 interceptions. I mean, when you see how we stack up against the rest of the nation, we didn't have the worst passing offense. We only beat out, you know, the military schools, though. Rushing yards, a whopping 20 a game. 1 rushing touchdown on this season. 7 passing touchdowns. What I found to be impressive is we had the worst defense, but it wasn't by much. We only allowed 5 more yards than South Carolina. South Carolina's got to figure something out over there, because how do we only barely do worse than them? Virginia also allowed more rushing yards than us, and Old Dominion had just as many sacks as us. So we were at the bottom, but we weren't far and away at the bottom like we were on offense. So I guess, again, there's a positive. And even 50 overalls are sitting here saying, we want to transfer due to things like playing time and championship contender. So even the 50 overalls are fed up. So we have to go and recoup more players on our board. And you could see, I mean, normal after normal after normal, but we'll get the occasional impact dev player from time to time, maybe a couple a year, but this year wasn't really doing too much for us. But you see the progression that we get from these players, and you can see what also the skill caps are going to be looking like. We're going to be showcasing some of the best players that you can find as 1-stars. Greg Corbin, our quarterback, pretty limited thrower of the football, but at least he has some other skill caps that seem decent. Jason Brams, he was our impact dev gem player, so he's maybe the best player we have from a ceiling perspective. And I mean, for a 1-star, that's not that bad. He's a 70 overall right now, and he's got some decent statistics to him that he could potentially hit, and he's got 90 speed, so he's not a non-factor athlete. He like, is a legitimate player. Maybe the only legitimate player that we have on this team. A 70 overall left tackle is not too bad either. He's got impact development. 69 overall guard, 68 center, 69 right guard. So, you know, like, once we get to the point where these guys are juniors, seniors, redshirt seniors, they'll be competent. Like, the biggest growth we're gonna get is the next couple of seasons early on when we get these players, you know, fully maxed out and, you know, continue to upgrade our coach. But now we're at the point where we're maybe more of a Division II school. But let's try to get our first FBS win of our career against Sam Houston, as we are at a 13-13 game. There's not going to be a whole lot of in-game action until this team is in the spot where they're competing for maybe a bowl game. So, you know, I just want to show you some good games, at least something worth watching. As look at the Sam Houston quarterback, he doesn't know where he wants to go, and he gets sacked. We move to 3rd and 17 after we took that 3-point lead with a field goal. It's going to be an incomplete pass, and Sam Houston will punt it. We have the ball, we have a lead over an FBS team, and we're getting sacked. 13 yards to go on 3rd down as we're going to the air, and he's just slow to react to the pressure, and another sack. We're going to be probably seeing a lot of that early on, as now Sam Houston with a big run past midfield and to the 47-yard line. Now 3rd down and 6 as we jump ahead 2 plays, and he's not too much better dealing with the pressure. We get in there and we'll take the football back, and you're going to see a lot of bad offensive line play. 3rd and 19, and he's going to get the football out, but it's well short, and he dropped it. Sam Houston going to get the football. I mean, our punter's not too good either, so it's not like we're able to pin him back. He's already going to have one big play. 30 yards, and he's down to the 8. We got to hold him out of the end zone here, because I don't think I can trust this team to score a touchdown to try to win this game. 3rd down and goal. He's going to the outside. It's caught, but shy of the line, and they'll kick the field goal for the tie. It is good. We have 4.5 minutes to try to win our first FBS game, and he's getting sacked again. He just has such bad pocket awareness. It's like the offensive line isn't good, but it's more so the quarterback not being able to manage the pressure. Meanwhile, Sam Houston's quarterback scrambling to the 38-yard line. We back them up to a 3rd down and long as he's going to throw to the outside. Caught. Will that be enough for field goal range? No, they will not kick a 50-yarder. They don't got the leg for it. Meanwhile, we can't get a 1st down because we go 3 and out again. And Sam Houston gets more good field position and another play where they can maybe get into field goal range again. I would imagine they have enough leg here, but not when you get sacked again. 3rd and 15. They couldn't try it from 50, and this would be from 48 with a minute to go. They'll try it. Kick is gonna be good. We got under a minute to get into field goal range for a tie, and a nice start to the drive. There you go. He got stiff hips and can barely turn, but he gets the 1st down. 30 seconds to go from the 44. Got the 1st down into Sam Houston territory. I don't know, maybe 15 yards away from a field goal, as a slant route's gonna get us majority of that's 10 yards. We're gonna just try it from 50. They trust them, and the kick for overtime is good. We hit a 50-yard field goal. We're going to overtime where we get a sack on the blitz. And Sam Houston, second and 17 from the 32. Pass outside, caught. He stays in bounds, turns it upfield, and we'll get 10. Third and 7. Running, shooting the gap, and we get him down, and it'll be a field goal try, which means we can win the game right now with a touchdown as it's 22-19. Draw play, and he's going to find a little bit of a lane. Not able to make anybody miss, but that's a 3 and out. We were just content taking a field goal, but hey, credit to our running back. That put him over 100 yards on the day. Probably our first 100-yard rushing game as we hit the field goal through the uprights. 22-22. Overtime number 2. Corbin, look how much he hesitates, but he's going to eventually take off. And there you go, 12 yards. If you just trust your instincts a little bit more, we can maybe do a little something here as Brams. Maybe going to be the first star of this team. And I use the star term very loosely as we get sacked on goal to go. Second down. And he's going to get sacked again. He just is so slow to react. Third down and goal from the 12, and he's hit as he's throwing, and we'll have to take another field goal, but that's okay. We can win the game here with a stop. And I don't know how much I trust this team in a 2-point shootout. We've not been able to score when we get close, and our defense comes up with a big play. 4th down and 17. Game on the line. Pass is caught. And he gets the first down by a yard. And that was our chance. And now they're inside the 10. 9 yards away from a win, but they are going to kick the field goal for a 2-point shootout. And we had our chance to get off the field and win the game, but now we got to do it on 2-point conversions. And Sam Houston, first one is good. We got to respond. 3 yards away. Not even close, and we lose. And we'll have to wait a little bit longer for our first FBS win. That was our best chance to win one. That's the next thing we got to check off the board. We faced Central Michigan, and it was close-ish, but more like we kind of crawled back in later on. And against an FCS school, we even got beat up by FCS East 27-10. Oh boy. Well, we're going to win a national championship with these guys. As we go 0-12 on the season. It wasn't as bad score-wise. You know, we didn't lose any games 100-0, and we had less 60-0 games, but still, not good. Brams, a little bit better for the rushing. 3 yards a carry, we'll take that. 2 600-yard receivers. Again, not many positives I could take, but also, I mean, sacks went up. Definitely, we had a rosterable pass rush. We just had no interceptions as a team. And now moving on to the next group of guys that we have. And we're starting to really get to the point where we're filling up this roster a lot. And we're going to have to cut a lot of people. So a couple impacts there. You've seen back-to-back guys. Another impact. Okay, we'll take it. Another one. All right, so getting like 4 to 5 impact dev players, that's huge. And we get to the player progression. And now the team is generally going to be, you know, 70 plus overall. Jason Brams, though, look at him. 78 overall, and he looks really solid. Like, he still has room to grow elusiveness and power-wise. So, like, good stuff for a running back. It's not like the skill caps are on useless things. That's another part of this. You already get limited skill caps with low-rated players and low-star players. But it's where those skill caps are that is important. You know, if you get a guy who has some decent skill caps, but it's on things that you don't need, like a quarterback having high, maybe quickness and health skill caps rather than his throwing attributes, then, I mean, he's a lot more useless. And same thing for a running back. You want the elusiveness up, not so much, I would really say, like hands or route running. I don't really care about that as much. I mean, it's going to be hard to get players that are good at everything. I'd rather just some guys who are really good at one thing, and we could do that one thing really well. We get into our next season, though. We do take care of FCS, but still yet to have won a game against a actual FBS team, and we go 1-11 again. So now we are moving to year 4. In 3 years, we have won 2 games, and they're both against FCS schools, but at least the statistics are coming back up a little bit. 13-19, not great, but better. And Jason Brams, I mean, he's upgraded his yards per carry to 3.7, so you can see real tangible improvements are being made to at least put us to maybe being not the worst team in the FBS, but we have to at least get that first win on the board. Next set of guys. So this is the smallest recruiting class I was able to grab, because we were like really on roster overload. I couldn't afford to bring in another 35 guys while having 0 graduate, because then we'd have like just too many players to cut. So I put a little bit of a smaller recruiting class. But look at Jason Brands. By the time he is a redshirt senior, that's pretty good. 83 overall. He's 85 with the boost. He's like a legitimate running back. If he wanted to go and transfer and, you know, be like a decent team starter, he could. But he is by far our best player. But we at least have some other guys. A 77 tight end, we'll take that. 76 tackle, he's maxed out. And, you know, he wanted, I think, was one of the guys who wanted to transfer early on. But yeah, he's maxed out. So, you know, another aspect of, like, here is, you know, our guys having maxed out with certain attributes. One of his biggest, you know, skill caps was quickness. Quickness for a tackle is obviously cool, but, you know, we don't need an athletic tackle. We just need some guys who can block. So he could have been even better, I think. But 74 at edge, still not good D tackles. I think this can be the year where we do win, because I think we have enough competent players. And, you know, got 75 overall corner. He's a junior impact dev, so he's got another year of growth. And the man in zone, he can get better. He's maxed out on his quickness, but man in zone can get up there. Like, he might be a guy who can hit 80 overall as well. So let's get into this next season and see if we could finally get that next win on the board. We have our chance here. We beat an FCS team, but how about taking on Eastern Michigan 24-21. We're 3-1 against the FCS, and we're winless against everybody else. But let's get a victory as Brams. Give him the football. He can ride us to victory. Getting the football on the carry, and he gets 1 yard. 3rd down and goal. Give it back to him, and he's going to get a yard. 4th down and goal. We're going for it. We want the 2-score lead. It's incomplete in the end zone. And we have to rely on our defense with under 2 minutes to play. Pass to the outside, caught in Eastern Michigan. They need field goal range, and that play does a lot to get them in position to maybe send it to overtime. But he's running backwards, and he's getting sacked for a loss of 13. 3rd down, 23 yards to go. He doesn't know where he's going. He threw it backwards, I feel like. I think that could have been a fumble, but it's going to be an incomplete pass. Throwing it deep, 4th and 23. It's incomplete, and we actually win against an FBS team. It took us until year 4, and against another one, our other non-conference game, it's 13-6 against Texas State in a sack. 4th down and 9, game on the line for Texas State. Can we actually look like we could be 3-0? He stopped right at the line, shy by maybe half a yard. And we are 3-0. But do not celebrate, because we go into Big Ten play and we get swept. But again, scores are closer. 1 score lost to a ranked team. 1 score lost to Northwestern. 1 score lost to Indiana. Like, we were close. So we checked off that next thing. It is now get a win against a conference opponent, which is a step up, because, you know, playing Eastern Michigan, Texas State, hey, that's fine and all, but now let's get a win against a quality team, a proper team. And, I mean, now we moved up. I mean, 1 win, 0 wins, 1 win. Now we got 3 on the board, and we can maybe start to ascend a little bit. So I went gem hunting, and I'm gonna be honest, it's a lost cause to just go and try to scout out gems. I scouted like 150 players. I found 2 gems. Like, it is not even worth spending the time to just go and get gems. So here's the strategy that I'm rolling with. I'm just gonna go and full stuff my recruiting classes as much as possible. 35 players, 34 players, and I'm gonna just hunt for as many non-normal dev players as I can, and I'm gonna have to cut a lot of players every year. I'll just cut the freshman normals, because, like, the redshirt freshman normals are gonna be like 55 overall. They're not gonna be, like, hard to replace. So I'm just gonna stuff my recruiting classes and try to find as many guys as possible. You're seeing some of the impacts actually take legitimate jumps and, you know, getting +10s and stuff early on in their career. So, like I said, the difference is massive between just impact devs. So, team, we lost Brams, but I think overall are a little bit better. We get a win over UConn. We get to play another FCS team. We won that game. So, we can kind of take care of non-conference business, but it's the conference schedule that matters here. We take care of UMass 10-3. So 3-0 again, But now, can we win over a conference opponent? This game was close against Wisconsin, who was ranked, but a one-score loss. We put up all 22 points in the fourth quarter, so close but not quite, but we get some more tries. How about Maryland? Maryland's one of the lower-level teams in the conference, at least, you know, throughout Sim, and we take a 28-24 lead, getting to the end of the game, and we are able to pull it off. So I just simmed through it, and we won straight up 28-24. That's a Big Ten win off our checklist. And how about USC stomping us in? But still, like, these aren't 60-0 losses anymore. How about taking on an 0-8 Northwestern team? They're bad. They're like bad. And we can go and get win number 5 on the season, and maybe even start thinking bowl game if we get lucky here. But against Northwestern, we're doing it. 28-16 in the fourth quarter, getting through. The defense gets us that. We score more points. We actually dominate Northwestern 38-16. We have 5 wins on the season. I wouldn't celebrate too much just because of how tough the schedule gets at the end. We haven't faced the heavy hitters yet, but we are 5-3. So we can be happy a little bit, but we still have to take on, you know, other teams, Michigan State being one of them, and a loss. But we got to take on, like, Ohio State. One of the challenges is taking on Ohio State, guaranteed last game of the season every year. Brutal. How about Nebraska? 31-0 loss. We are still far and far away from being good, but we go and lose out the rest of the games, and we end up 5-7. But again, improvement. Even touchdown interception ratio, 10 rushing touchdowns for our running back. Like, I think we're finally at the point where now the next goal is, let's make a bowl game. In order to make a bowl game for us, I don't think 6 wins is maybe even enough, because our wins are probably going to come non-conference because we have easier non-conference schedules. But hey, I will also say we had an All-American, Big Ten All-American second-team cornerback. So another thing, we actually had somebody crack the All-American list. So, you know, we're just kind of checking off a couple of things here. You know, I'd love to see if we can get like an award winner. Can we get an NCAA All-American? Can we get something crazy like that? I mean, obviously I don't anticipate Heisman winner, but we got a couple of players here, impact, but mostly normal devs, and it's really hard to find these guys. But we have our first little thing here where we get an upgrade to a dev trait. He goes up to Impact Torrens. And not only that, we got 2 guys as we get a dev trait for Weaver upgraded to Impact as well. Those help out big time if we can get some guys getting upgraded. It's already hard enough to come by Impact devs. So if we can get some guys 1 to 2 a year upgraded, Weaver, one of our receivers, he's a 74 overall now. How about Baker? I think the talent on this team right now is wide receiver, a plus 14. He is Impact, and his quickness and hands are already maxed out, but route running can get better. IQ can get better. He should be a pretty decent overall for us. But yeah, I think like the talent on this team now, wide receiver looks to be like our strength. And we have some guys here at tight end. We have offensive line getting a little bit better. We have a guy up to an 80 with coach boosts as well, 79 with boosts. So the offensive line now is semi-competent all around. Defensive tackle's been really hard to pick up. Linebacker, though, hasn't. Linebacker's been pretty good. But a plus 17 from a normal dev player there. I mean, he maybe is already maxed out. But now, with some coach boost, 380 overalls. We get to the next part of the season where we are 3-4. We pick things up. It's been usual stuff, getting smacked around by the Big Ten opponents and winning against FCS schools and smaller schools. We do take out Rutgers, 34-17. We get to 6 wins on the year, but taking on Ohio State in the final game of the season, we lose 52-10, which is going to put us at 6-6. And I really talked about how 6 wins for us isn't going to be the same thing, as we need to probably get 7 wins because we finished 13th in the Big Ten. So even though we had 6 wins, we finished far too low to get a bowl game. You got to finish at least inside the top 10 probably. So we do get another Big Ten All-American. This one, first team. Again, though, like, I'm impressed by the steady improvement that we were able to at least win 6 games in year 6. So, like, that at least impresses me. I thought we'd be here a little longer asking for certain, you know, levels of victory. Ben Boyman, though, how about 17 tackles for loss, 9 sacks? A couple of guys with some interceptions as well. And one big thing I needed to do was get new coaches, and this is kind of the next step to try to elevate this team a little bit more. Really want to hone in on the scheme, hone in on raising the floor of these players, and the coaches that we were able to bring in are able to do that. I went all in on the scheme stuff, so we are able to get more ratings boost, more stuff for our players. That is the important thing. So the players are going to be looking even better next season, because instead of +2s to overall, they might have +4s, +6s to overall, which, I mean, you know, you give everybody on this roster eventually down the line like a +6 overall, like that just does so much for the team as we get impact dev trait upgraded for more. How about anybody else? We do. We had a Big Ten All-American. Boyman goes up to star development. We got a star development, you know, maybe a little late in his career. But how about also our first chance at a nice quarterback? Impact dev Roland Merrill. If you noticed on the stats, I did start him even though he wasn't the best quarterback on this team. He was like a 54 overall impact. I started him. He went up to a 60 throughout the season just because I wanted to get him the reps, and then he goes all the way up again to like a 70+ overall. I said the receivers were the strength of this team. We have 3 competent receivers, so we, I think, are putting something together where we have some nice weaponry. How about also Walter Sheed, 88 overall center with boost. He's an 83 in base, and he still has some, you know, level to grow. Like, he's a legitimately good player. How about an 80 overall guard as well? So the overalls are starting to go up, and the coaching boosts are helping out a lot. Ben Boyman is up. How about an 87 overall linebacker with boosts? This is what we were needing. We have some legitimate players. Now, it is interesting how our team overall is like refusing to move up. I know we're not a 51 overall team or a 50-something overall team. I know also, though, depth does take into account and some other things take into account, but we start the season. I mean, we get easy non-conference stuff. The hard stuff is the conference stuff, and let's get into it. We eventually find our way to 6-3 on the season, and how about locking up the 7th win of the season against Michigan State? So that means 7 wins on the year. I think we're going to a bowl game in year 7, and we are 7-3 right now, but a +2 point differential. Like, we have a winning record, but barely. We lose to Iowa 26-10, and any hope of us getting beyond that barely like 7-win Big Ten ranking threshold doesn't really go our way. We take a beating again to Ohio State. We'll eventually be able to work to beat Ohio State, but now though, 10th in the Big Ten, 7-5 record. We get our first bowl game, and we're taking on Clemson. Not an easy one, but like I said, we had to finish like top 10. 7 wins, that's what we got on the dot. And we are in a game where it's 6-3 against Clemson in a bowl, as Walter Sheed, that's our like best player, and he just got hurt. So that's unfortunate, but let's see if we can do something against this Clemson team where we have been able to hold them to 6 points, but already we got 2 injuries. It's to 2 of our best players. Touchdown Clemson, and that didn't take them very long. 13-3 as we throw the outside. That's incomplete. We set up for 3rd down and 10. 8 minutes to play at our own 17. Blitz sent it off the edge on the nickel, and he's down. That's only the 2nd sack we've allowed, but a crucial allowing of a sack as they go and get great field position, and 1 strike gets them in our territory to the 24, and another 1st down, 14 yards inside the 10 as they hand it off, and another touchdown for Clemson. It's 20-3 as we'll run it right up the middle, and if we don't put points up on this drive, you could say goodbye to us trying to get a bold victory here, as with 5.5 to go. Merrill's going to get hit, and he's dropped. A sack, 5:10 to go, 3rd and long, incomplete. Gotta go for it. Last opportunity. He's hit as he's thrown, but the ball is up top, and it's too far. Defender got a hand on it. He's down, as now Clemson, I mean, yeah, they're going to start running up this score. We were only down by 3 to start the 4th quarter, which is looking crazy to even think about, because they go and score again, and we end up getting run off the field in the 4th quarter. 34-9 your final. And I do start to wonder, when does things start to unravel for this team when it comes to the growth that they are having? I mean, our quarterback, Roland Merrill, hey, 20 touchdowns, 4 picks is pretty nice. He still only completed 43% of his passes, but we'll take the success that we can get. I mean, the fact that we were able to win 7 games with that is kind of impressive. I mean, 900 yards though for a receiver, and you know they're still juniors, so we'll have them for another year. And how about 9 sacks, 17 tackles for loss for another one of our linebackers, 4 interceptions for our corner, and we are losing our center and linebacker, so we're losing 2 of our really talented players. Boyman also, who made All-American the previous year, he's gone. We did get to keep some guys trying to transfer though, at least. That's also a nice part of this, is we actually, you know, any player that's become good, we haven't been able to really like worry about losing players to the transfer portal. Like, we've been able to convince them pretty easily since they're not high overalls, and at least Michigan is a prestigious school, even though we're doing everything we can to destroy that. Let's get into the next set of ratings adjustments, though, as our cornerback, I think he was the guy who had 4 picks last year, Impact Dev. Roland Merrill looks pretty nice. We have a 79 overall running back as well, so Sharif Pitts, he's about maxed out. He's not going to be as good as Brams, but could be like an 80 overall if he gets a little bit more upgrades. But yeah, I mean, we'll take that for a starting running back. How about the 2 receivers, Baker and Cheeseman, 81 and 83 overall, with Merrill being like an 80 overall quarterback as well. We'll take all of that. I also just can't stress how important it was to get those floor-raising coordinators. I mean, like, you could just see all the overall boosts that we have for these guys, like literally +4s and +6s everywhere. That just helps so much. That takes solid players and makes them maybe above average starters. That takes above average starters and makes them good starters. That takes, you know, even below average starters and maybe elevates them to being average starters. So like, it helps so much. As, I mean, we finally got some competent D tackles even. I've noticed so far though, like linebackers, I've been able to find a decent amount of impacts at linebacker. That's been maybe the position I've found the most so far, but we have some impact dev cornerbacks. That helps out a lot. We're at the point now, no more non-conference stuff or FCS schools. We're on to the important things in the bigger games. We get to the end of the year. We did have a little bit of a luckier schedule. We were in a bowl game against Colorado. When you're in a conference this big, as you take a look also, we did get 2nd team All Big Ten and a 1st team member of the All Big Ten, so 2 All-Americans. But when you're in this big conference, sometimes you have those years where you kind of get to dodge the good teams. We got to take on Northwestern, Rutgers, Maryland, Purdue. Obviously, we still had to take on Ohio State, but we didn't get to play like Oregon. We didn't have to play Nebraska, Wisconsin. We didn't have to play like, you know, some of the other schools like Washington, but we got a pretty favorable schedule. Maybe it's going to be a little bit harder in some other years, but we're doing really good right now. I showed you the sim, 14-0 on Colorado, and this defense is playing pretty dang good right now. We could have our first bowl win of the video. Throwing it deep, Colorado got him in, and he is gonna take it 83 yards, and right back to a 1-score game they go, and putting the pressure on us. But can we do it? Roland Merrill's had a solid day so far. Hasn't turned the football over yet either, and a completion on the RPO. Midfield, 8 minutes to go. Another RPO, another completion, and another solid gain. 8 yards, 3rd down and 2. They'll hand it off. 1st down. And the offense moving it well. We got 89 yards on the ground on 20 carries. Merrill is going to get pressured and sacked. And it's 3rd down and 15. Merrill is going to throw short. He's got a completion, but nowhere near the 1st down. Will that put us in field goal range? We'll try it. 52 yards. Kick is good. 2-score lead is huge. And with under 6 to play, can the defense maybe keep them out of the end zone this time? 2nd and 4, and Colorado finds a man for the 1st down, and he'll have 10. Now we're ticking towards 5 minutes to play. It's pass over the middle. It's intercepted. We take the football back. And in a 10-point lead, we have it, and we might be on our way. Just do a couple of plays like that with a broken tackle and a spin move, and we are at the red zone now. I think we're going to be able to win a bowl game, as we have no gain here. 3rd down and 8. Make sure you at least get a field goal on the board, but we're throwing, and we had him open, but he missed him. We'll take the 3 to make it a 2-touchdown game and put even more pressure on Colorado. 4 minutes on the dot. Pass is going to be caught for 9 as they are 67 yards away from that end zone. And the pressure sacked them. 8-yard loss. 3rd and 9. And Colorado's going deep. They're trying to get another big play, but they're not going to have it. 4th down, and we could seal it here as they're going to throw short, make the tackle, he's down, and we have it back. I guess technically like not over, but yeah, Colorado's going to have to start using some timeouts. We go with a little fake fullback in the pitch out. That's not going to work. Colorado burns 1. 3rd down and 7, and Merrill's going to throw it out of bounds. I would have probably preferred if he just took the sack because that would have made him use a timeout, but they'll kick the field goal. Again, still not technically over. 2-score game, 16 points. You got to get 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions, and Colorado has a big play, but you're already down 1 timeout. 2-minute warning now hit, so that's basically another timeout off the board, and we're getting an interception. Not even going to have to talk about the math of this because the defense has their 2nd pick of the 4th quarter, and we get a comfortable bowl victory over the Buffaloes, and that is awesome to see. It took us year 8 to win our first bowl game, 100 yards from Baker, but 8 years to win a bowl, not bad. And Merrill is going to set the single season record for passing. So he had 3,500 yards, 26 touchdowns, 6 picks. Still the completion percentage not great, but it went up a decent amount, and the yards per attempt went up a decent amount. So like now he's a pretty solid quarterback given the circumstances as well. You know, I don't expect him to be completing, 65, 70% of his passes to this team. But the receivers are nice. Unfortunately, they're going to be gone, but we'll have Merrill for 1 more year. And interceptions were down. But again, we got the victory. We're steadily moving up. And we only lose 2 80 overall players. Both of them the wide receivers, but we only lose 2. And I think the players that are going to be, improving, developing, are going to maybe help us get a little bit higher than that. With the coach boost and everything, we had, I believe, 7 80-plus overalls. So let's see if we can get up to maybe double digits and get to a point where we can really start thinking about, can we get a player drafted the NFL? I mean, I know the coach boost doesn't impact that, but, we have Roland Merrill, meanwhile. Like, he's looking like he could maybe sneak into, like, a 7th round of the NFL draft. He's looking great. We have 2 solid running backs. And I'm going to, what I'm going to do with the running backs, I'm going to redshirt that backup just because I want to hold on to him and have a starter for next year, because I have been struggling to find some other impact dev running backs. But how about an 87 overall in the offensive line, 81 edge rusher, another 81 edge rusher, linebacking core. I mean, I've been really finding some impacts. I mean, he goes up plus 10. He's an impact. Cornerbacks, look how good the corner room is. 380 pluses, and Zach Morton looks to be really like high up there for what could be in this video for some of the best players that we have had. I mean, he's already up to an 80 and he's a sophomore. I mean, again, could we be thinking NFL? And you could see now when you see the front of our roster, we actually have over 80 overall everywhere. That's progress. We start the next season. We're 5-0, and we're not ranked, but we're taking on a 5-0 number 5 ranked Washington team. It's 14-13. And, one little advantage, I've been making this video like hard with some aspects. One little advantage I have been given is I get the 3 non-conference games. I have been scheduling easier games because our conference schedule is already hard enough. How much harder do we need it to be? I mean, if I ever want to, compete for like a national championship, I mean, give us a couple of gimmies. Let me at least be Alabama a little bit, or be one of these SEC teams that schedule a bunch of nobodies. Let me do that as Washington puts it in the end zone. Even with the 2-point try coming up, it will be a 1-score game. Can they get it to a full 7? Yes, they can. And, the next thing we're trying to check off our list, can we beat one of these top-tier premium teams, a top 5 team, top 10 team? It's our chance right here with 5 minutes to go. Merrill, throw it over the middle. That's going to be caught. And a first down in a big game. Merrill's actually played pretty nice against the number 5 team in the country, but the run game, not going to get us anything. We lose 3. Now a screen. And the blocking not holding up. Losing 3 more yards. Under 4 to play. 3rd and 16. Merrill is overwhelmed and is going down. We have to punt. And now it's up to the defense to try to get us a stop. Washington stretching out. And he's going to get 9. 3rd down and 1. And he's got the first down. And more. Makes a cut. And the defender took a bad angle. He's gone. Touchdown. 64 yards for Washington, and now we're down by 14, and we're gonna need a miracle if we're gonna have to come back in this one. We don't got Josh Allen out here to help us do it, and I don't think Derrick Henry's putting the ball on the ground either. We have to see if we can pull off something crazy and get sacked again. Third down towards the 4th and 5, our last try, and he keeps it alive for a little bit longer, but we're burning timeouts. And Merrill, he's got a clean pocket. Somebody's got to get open. He's throwing it deep. It's going to be reeled in. Goal to go. And we have to put it in the end zone here. Merrill down. 3rd and goal from the 10. Do we have a touchdown on us? He's floated. It's incomplete. That ball was really up high. 4th and goal. Under a minute to go. And it's caught at the end zone line. Touchdown. And we still need the onside kick if we're going to have a try. We miss a 2-point conversion. Onside kick is scooped up by Washington. But I will give a little bit of respect to the team who came out here against the top 5 team and put up a fight. We won our next game, hop into the top 25, and then immediately get booted right back out because we took on a really good number 5 ranked USC team. So that's already 2 losses to the 5th ranked team in the country, and we advance ahead to the next week. We continue to advance. We get a win. We're up to 9-2 on the year. I mean, like, the overall is so funny. It just says we're a 52. Like, you can look at our team. I know, like, other things go into it. Like, there's other factors, but, like, we're not a 52 overall team. But, yeah, looking at the conference championship situation, we're not going to get in. We don't have tiebreakers, and also Ohio State isn't high enough ranked for us to, like, maybe make a jump into the playoffs. They're not even ranked. So we're going to just advance the week. We lose to Ohio State. We still have never beaten Ohio State in this video, which I know Ohio State fans watching this are loving this. But yeah, we go 9-3 on the year, which is impressive. We were ranked for a portion of the season. Cincinnati in the same bowl game, we get another matchup. And against the 6-6 Cincinnati team, maybe we are the favorites as he got an interception to start the 4th quarter. 10-10 your score. And we are going to take this football into Cincinnati territory from the 30. Quick pass. It's caught. We're going to have 4 yards here, but very much in field goal range. Even though we haven't had any really good kickers, we can hit from inside 50 and, you know, on occasion can hit from past 50, but we will take the field goal here as it goes through the upgrades. 3-point lead. Can the defense shut the door on this one? There's still plenty of time for Cincinnati, but we've been doing a good job of getting turnovers. I mean, that's been one thing we've been good at as we've developed this team. That deep pass incomplete, and we'll take the football over. I mean, I feel like every time we watch these games, we're not putting up a lot of points because we got things like that happen and our quarterback putting the ball in the ground. But, man, we got an open man here. It's caught. I don't know if he's fast enough. No, he's not. He's not very fast, but he got tracked down as we'll take the football to the 31-yard line. And Merrill on the keeper. He'll get 9. But yeah, I mean, we even though the offense, I feel like, has been overall-wise more talented, they haven't performed as good as the defense because you need really high-level offensive talent in the world of football these days. Having just nice players isn't good enough. You need to have difference makers, and we just don't have any. And we don't have any protection either as we get sacked again. 4th down and long. We kick another field goal, which makes it a 6-point game with 5 minutes to play as Cincinnati touchdown can maybe win them this game as they're going to drop back to pass from the 34. He's going to have the check down open, and the running back's going to get him a solid 8-yard gain. Go to 3rd down and 2. 42-yard line. Drop into throw. We get a shed, but he's just going to launch one deep, and he's got him wide open. Touchdown! Just had not 1, not 2. He had like 6 steps on him. And now we're down by 1, and we start to drive off with a nice run. We need to go 35 yards maybe for field goal range, and we're at 3rd and 10 as we got just 2:50 to go. And he's in the face of pressure going to get a completion for 8, and we'll punt the ball on 4th and 2. I mean, I turned up our aggressiveness to 100% for offense, so there was no situation where we were going to go for that, and maybe the defense is going to get us the stop here. 3rd down and 12. Well, we got the stop. I guess it worked out. We have the football right back at about the 30-yard line, and here we go on the ground, taking the contact. We are at about midfield now. Minute 30 to play. Pass to the outside is caught, and maybe now 5 to 10 yards away from field goal range, depending on our kicker's leg. But we're getting brought down. I can't take any more sacks. I can't be taking any more, guys. Come on. We have to just keep digging ourselves out of these holes. We get the sack yardage back, but it's 3rd down and 9 now. 60 seconds to go. Just get a couple of yards. Got the completion, and it's going to be not enough for field goal range. We go for it, and what is that play call? He doesn't get it. We didn't have the leg for that. And I mean, that's a bad fourth down call too. Merrill, statistically not a great final season, but he ends up as an 88 overall, that is really good. An 88 overall. Running back went for 1,000 yards and 17 touchdowns on 5 a carry. I mean, he got hurt at the last game of the season, but that's really impressive. Like, that's a really good running back season. This final 2 years as a whole, 5 yards a carry both ways. I mean, that's really good. And I mean, maybe we can have some potential here for a decent rushing attack if we get another guy like Sharif Pitts in the building. So now we go to receivers, still no 1,000-yard guys, but guys come close to it. And on defense, we've had a couple of good defensive performances, but no high sack numbers here, no high interception numbers, and a bowl loss. So a little bit of a step back this season, but I think we're doing a good job, and it's at least making me believe we can maybe get to the playoffs or a national championship. Roland Merrill at an 88 overall unfortunately didn't get drafted, so I mean, maybe that was our best chance to get a player going to the NFL. One of our best chances, at least. Didn't happen, but we go to our next set of recruits, and we're gonna have to try to figure out if we can get a quarterback as talented as him. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get a quarterback better than that. Like, that might have been our guy. It's hard enough to find impact dev quarterbacks. It's hard enough to find these guys, but we gotta hope we can get at least, if it's gonna happen, we have to have at least like an 80+ overall quarterback. So we did have another guy waiting in the wings. Leon Ferrier was an impact. I was searching so much for impact quarterbacks. We got one here. Unfortunately, one of his things was, this is what I was talking about earlier, health was almost maxed out. And it's like, man, you have a really nice skill cap, but it's health. And like, obviously health is important, but I'd really like it to be like accuracy or throw power or something. That running back I talked about last year that I redshirted and made sure that I can have him for this season to be a starter, he's sitting here as an 81 overall, which is nice. Receivers, they're all right. You know, we've had some decent receiving cores. We have a quantity of guys here. As we go further and further into this video, I want to just start maybe highlighting more of just the crazy players or some of the interesting guys. I mean, a tackle here that's sitting at an 85 overall, 89 with boosts. That's a guy that's like, okay, that's one of the best players we're going to have maybe this video. How about a tackle as well, 85 overall with boost? I'm willing to say probably the best tackle duo we're going to have all video. I mean, to get two guys both at the same time that are that good. We have, you know, an 85 edge rusher with the boost. That's really good. Like, we have like some legit guys, and like I said before, you know, the difference between an 80 overall and him being boosted to an 85, that's a solid player to a pretty good player. And we'll have a guy like this guy at D tackle who is still pretty young, has a couple of years to grow. Another linebacker that's impact, another impact linebacker here. I mean, Moses Cantrell, like, we've had good linebacker performances already. We've had some All-Americans there, and this dude, I mean, good skill caps for him. Like, again, you have to all kind of keep this in the frame of mind that this is for a 1-star. Bobby Webb, another linebacker, could be a really nice coverage guy. Like, this is the best team we have had. Zach Morton, I already talked about him last year. He's an 83 right now, and he's still got one more year left to grow. So, I mean, zone coverage isn't maxed, run stopping isn't maxed, hands isn't maxed. Fortunately, man coverage is, but I think he could be fringe NFL player. This is the best team we've had so far. You can look at the roster as a whole, 89, 86, 86, 85, 85, 85. Solid team. We got to go and see if we can get to that next level, though. We are number 12 in the country, 6-0 right now. We beat the non-conference guys. We end up losing our next game to go to 6-1. We move on to 8-1. I'm just kind of taking you through the season. And we go take on Washington again. Washington's been a thorn in our sides already, as we took them on when they were number 5 in the country and they beat us. And this time around, our chances to maybe get to a Big Ten title game are probably going to be up in smokes here as we lose to Washington, dominated by them. And I don't know if we can make the playoffs right now. We'd probably have to win our final 2 games of the season. We take on Illinois. They are not too great, you know, not one of these top tier teams, but we would move ahead to get to 9-2 or 15th in the country. All right, maybe playoffs is possible here. We're taking on number 13 Ohio State. If we win this game, we maybe can sneak into the playoffs, and we could be going to a conference championship because we would have a tiebreaker over Ohio State and we get to take on Washington. This is the biggest game we've had to this point. We have yet to beat Ohio State. Can we do it? As we're up 21-17, but Ohio State is driving with 9 minutes to play, and they immediately score a touchdown to take the lead. It has been a decade and we have not been able to beat this Ohio State team, and this is the best try that we're gonna have at it as we're throwing. Deep ball, third down, got him! No, he underthrew it! And if he didn't have such a noodle arm, he had him! And the defender was able to get there and make contact to break it up. Ohio State immediately throws for a big play on first down, now throwing for another first down. 22-yard line, gotta hold him to a field goal. Read option, got to the edge, he's breaking out of the tackle, and he's got another first to the 11-yard line as Ohio State toss it out. Buckeyes got the edge, got the speed, touchdown. And we're down by 10, and we need points in the worst way, and that underthrown deep ball could be what costs us as Farrier's going down. And it's 4th and 17. Maybe our last try at a deep ball again. That's in double coverage, and it's tipped and picked. And Ohio State getting by on the return, and he's going out of bounds. And defense, you got something for us. Ohio State throws it to the outside. It's intercepted. It's Morton, one of our best players. Morton can't outrun the quarterback. There's a flag down, but on the RPO, it was on Ohio State, and we have life. Morton is going to give us some little bit of hope. One more try at it. Gotta get points, but he's sacked again. 3rd and 17. As Ferry's got time. 3-man rush, he's got time. Somebody's got to get open, and it's going to be a just short pass. I mean, we're going to get 4th and 10. Field goal try. Got to knock this through, and the kick is good. It's a 1-score game. 4 minutes to play. Screen set up. Ohio State got a lot of room in a first. As now they are going to tick this clock under 4 minutes to play. 1st and 10. RPO. This time they get it out cleanly, and no interceptions, no flags. They got a first. As they are past midfield, handing it off, stretch to the edge, good blocking, and you can just see that we are just not as fast, not as athletic as this team. We are just slower as the read option, got a lot of room, and quarterback for the Buckeyes, down inside the 15, and do we have another turnover in us, because that's our only hope. Run for 8, down inside the 5, handing it off, and a touchdown for Ohio State. Down by 14 with 2 minutes to play, and I don't think we're going to a Big Ten championship unless we have a miracle as the deep ball tipped and incomplete. 4th down as the game on the line, and it's going to be staying alive a little bit longer, but we are in a spot where we need that onside kick even if we score a touchdown. As the odds of that happening, if you've watched this channel enough, you know it's, I don't know, what, 1-2%? Throwing the ball deep here, and it's in double coverage again! Intercepted! And that will do it, as we did our best to keep it close and to keep it semi-competitive. The team's playing really impressive, but we are not able to get to the conference title game. We get a bowl game against Rice, so not a difficult bowl game, you know, surprisingly, but yeah, Washington ended up losing. If we would have won one extra game, we would have made the conference championship. Moses Cantrell makes Big Ten All-American, as does Zach Morton, very well deserved. And in our bowl game against Rice, they are 7-5. We are 9-3. We're ranked. We're actually like legitimately just the better team here. So we're going to go through and see how we handle this bowl game. 7-7 after the first quarter. We take a 14-7 lead. Going through in the halftime mark, it is going to be 21-7. We're on top. As Bryce, can they at least pull back into it, make us hop in and watch? No, not yet. 4th quarter, as I just want to send through the drive, and we put points up on the board. How about another 7? And we are just going to run away with the win on Rice. Hey, no disrespect to Rice, but we are on to bigger and better things. We have higher aspirations. 42-7, your score. And Rice, well, yeah, I mean, gives us our easiest bowl victory so far, and we're going to have to see if we can move on to maybe find some playoff action. We've come so close to some 1,000-yard receivers. Our running back also, before he got hurt, had a really nice season. But Bryce Hasty, nice production in his career. You know, steadily got a little bit better, and Almost ended up with 1,000 yards. 7 sacks on the season, was our leader. 2 guys with 6 interceptions. Zach Morton was legitimately like really good. We do lose some nice players. We lose our 85 left tackle. He is not going to be going to the NFL, it seems like, as I don't know if we're going to be able to send any guys to the NFL. It's going to be rough. I just don't know. I mean, we need to hit like 90 overall to have that real chance. And I mean, we haven't hit that yet. 88 was our best and it wasn't good enough. So I don't know. We're going to see as we go through another set of 35 guys in the recruiting class. And I mean, you can see it consistently every year. Just a couple of impacts. We have a upgrade dev trait though, impact for him. And we move to see that this team, Leon Ferrier, Jr., 81 overall. So his, ceiling isn't as high as Merrill, but he can still get a little bit smarter, a little bit more accuracy. We're looking at a guy maybe 82, 83, maybe 84. With the boost, though, could be high 80s. Running back spot, this is going to be a rough one this year. We're definitely going to have to struggle there. How about Okuda, though? He's the one who took the jump up to impact dev, and he is going to be one of our better players. I mean, look at that. 99 spec catch, 99 catch in traffic. His regular hands, just regular catching, isn't great, but it's interesting to see that he's got 79 catching, but 99 in traffic. So how about also the guy that we showcased last year, our right tackle? I moved him over to left tackle because our left tackle graduated, left tackle more important. He's now a 90 overall with boosts. He's an 86 in base, but how about that? A legit 90 overall player that we have on the roster, even if it is with Coach Boost. It's still really cool to see. And now that we've had like a couple of seasons where we've like had 9-10 wins, we've been in the top 25, we have a little bit more of like a little stock to us, because when we started to win, we were coming off 1-win, 3-win season, so like we didn't have much resume. We didn't have much like ranking respect. We started the season so low, but now that we're starting the season like top 40, top 30 team in the nation, it's going to be easier for us to climb the rankings with our victories. You can also see Zach Morton. He's fully maxed out, and he is an 87 overall in base, also 90 overall with boost. So we got 2 90s with boost, and Zach Morton's great. We have an 89 linebacker, 85 quarterback. Like, this team, not bad at all. Like, it's like a legit team. It's still not top tier, it's still not elite, but we advanced the first 10 games of the year. We're 9-1 on the season. We lost in the conference to, I believe, Oregon, and right now we're sitting at the top of the Big Ten standings. Our final 2 games, though, are against the next 2 teams, Washington, Ohio State. The Big Ten isn't strong this year, and our 2 hardest games are against the 2 teams we haven't played yet. So you can see how we got to 9-1. It's a weaker year, and we have yet to play the best that we have to deal with. But if we win one of these final 2 games, we're on to a Big Ten championship. Washington, 10-3 your score, as we are on top. We are in the red zone, and can we move ourselves maybe even into top 10 talks and try to get ourselves into a situation where win, lose, no matter what in the Big Ten title game, we can maybe just make the playoffs regardless and get our first playoff appearance, as we're getting sacked here. Goal to go. We're all the way backed up, 3rd down from the 19, and we're taking a shot to the end zone. It's knocked away. 2 guys there and 2 guys defending, as we had a field goal go through, and we are up by 10 on Washington, as they are going to roll, throw, on the run. It's intercepted, and the defense comes up big. 2 plays, and they throw a pick, and our 10-point lead can be extended, as the run game, it's going to be kind of a bit of a weakness for this squad, but we have Ferrier doing his thing at quarterback, throwing a wobbler to the outside. It's incomplete. 50-yard field goal is not going to be tried, so kicking, I mean, you get a 1-star kicker. It's just, it is what it is. You just don't got the leg, as we are going to pin them back at the 7-yard line at least, and they're going to throw outside, incomplete. 2nd down and 10, still backed up at their own 7-yard line, as he's standing in the end zone. He sacked at a safety. 15-3 your score now, and we take the football back, as now we can end this game, or at least make it really hard to come back. But we're going to threaten to go 3 and out. Barrier's going to run, dive down, not even slide. He's just going to dive. We'll take at least some clock and punt the football away. At least our punts have been pretty nice. As they're going to throw another pick. Oh my goodness, this defense. I can't tell if it's just this defense or their quarterback is just selling the game. As we are going to get a 3 and out, but we are in field goal range, so we're going to kick it. 18-3, still a 2-score game, but now they're down to 1 timeout and over 2 minutes to go. Deep pass for Washington, 1-on-1 knocked away. 4th down, and we could end it here as they're gonna go and get sacked again. Our 4th in the game, and we ended. We handily take care of number 17 Washington. And we are on to one seeing Leon Ferrier breaking single season touchdown record for passing. But we're on to our Ohio State matchup. And also Bobby Webb, single season sack record. So we got some records on the board too. And we still technically can miss out. I think if, I don't know what the tiebreakers for UCLA are going to be. We are taking on Ohio State, who we still have never beaten in this video. And it's a massive game because of the fact that there is Big Ten and title implications. There is playoff implications. If we lose this game as the number 15 seed, maybe even with the Big Ten title win, I don't know if we'll get in. I think we would, but we don't want to be stuck here in that outside looking in spot. Ohio State also trying to climb themselves into the Big Ten title game in the playoffs. If we lose, maybe UCLA can jump us depending on the tiebreakers. Right now, though, you've seen the sim. It's 10-10, and it's been a close defensive game as it's going to be more defense on display. Ohio State is going to back us up to 3rd and 13. Ferrier knocked down at the line. And a nice job from the D-line of Ohio State is now the offense. Read option. He picked wrong, and he goes down. He's not ran it well, and he's been sacked a few times as they're going to go to the outside. And Ohio State getting the passing game going. Their quarterback, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. We've done a good job so far. Can we get a 3rd? But he gets a nice completion right down the middle. And Ohio State in field goal range. 6.5 minutes to play. We get a tackle for just a 1-yard gain, and it's 3rd and 7. Buckeyes taking a shot for the end zone. Back a corner, and it's incomplete. Nice defense and a field goal try for the lead. 41 yards. Kick is no good. Ohio State misses, and we have a huge break being caught, and now we can try to go on a game-winning drive as we slide down 38-yard line as they go play action again. Running back picks up the block, but we got another rusher coming in. And the pressure is just, it's so much with these talented Ohio State rushers as we're taking a shot deep. Double coverage! Intercepted! And Ohio State takes it past midfield, past the 40, and a good return to set them right back up into field goal range to avenge that miss. Play action. And the pressure for us does its job. And now we got 3rd and 16. And they're throwing short. It's going to be caught, but it will be a punt. They don't even get a field goal try. They don't try it from 58. We get the ball back. 3 minutes to go. Clock ticking as it's 2nd and 1, and we lose 2. 3rd down and 3. Ferrier, quick slant. Incomplete. Ohio State takes over at the 46 and a run right up the middle, and he will have 5. 2-minute warning approaching from about midfield. To run it again, and this time the hole opens up, and they are in field goal range now from the 33 as they run it again for 2. This one a little bit better, but we got to hold to that field goal try. They get a big run though, and he's inside the red zone to the 11, and now we're gonna have to start burning timeouts, but we gotta again force that field goal try. He's refusing to go down. We get him for 6. Play action. Ohio State throws it. We get him shy, and a chip shot field goal with a minute to go. Kick is no good again. He missed the second one, and we have life again. 1 minute to play. Can we pull it off? Short pass, And it's going to be a gain of 8. Come on, pull this off. Rip the hearts out of these Ohio State fans as they're going to get a completion for a big gain to midfield. Maybe 15 more yards for field goal range. That pass caught, and he's got a couple. 2nd down and 2. 30 seconds and a first down. Come on, one more first. 20 seconds to play, and Ferrier outside gets around the defender and gets out of bounds. It's a 49-yarder from here. 13 seconds. Ferrier is going for it. Oh no! Intercepted. Why would you do that? In double coverage, and we're going to overtime. I can't say with certainty we would have been able to have the leg for a 49-yarder, but at least give it a try, or don't throw it deep into double coverage when you were gifted 2 missed field goals. And now Ohio State in overtime. The longer this game goes, the worse it is for us because we are not the more talented team. Ohio State on the read option. Tackle for a loss of 1. 3rd down and goal as the Buckeyes rolling. He's got to get rid of it. He throws it out of bounds, and they're going to take a field goal. One more try at it, and the kick is no good again. He missed his 3rd, and we can win it with a field goal. Come on, just end this game. Ferrier down. Stop getting sacked. 3rd and 16. He's throwing it down the field. It's incomplete. 48-yarder from here, but we're going for it. We don't got the leg for it. He's throwing it deep to the end zone. Intercepted. Come on. We didn't have the leg for 48. And now we go to another overtime where we have to just do something here. Put points up on the board. He's incomplete. 3rd down and 11. Just don't get sacked and we can kick a field goal. Ferrier, he's going down. And it's 4th and 18 for the game potentially, because I don't anticipate a 4th missed field goal, and it's picked off by Ohio State in the end zone. And Ohio State now, anything can win it for them. I think they'd rather just get it in the end zone. They have missed 3 field goals, 2 chip shots, run inside the 10, down to the 1-yard line. And Ohio State is going to hand it off. He's in. Touchdown. The game is over, and we still can't beat Ohio State, even when they gift us 3 missed field goals. When are you ever going to get something like that again? 3. And they missed, and we didn't have enough leg to hit. But when it comes to advancing to the conference championship, we were still in the driver's seat. We are going to be going. We stay number 15, but Ohio State jumps up to 10. UCLA lost. And if we want to get into the playoffs, we need to finally beat Ohio State. This is our first Big Ten championship and our first chance to actually get into the playoffs after 11 years. And it is just, I don't know how many chances we're going to get. Don't know how many opportunities the playoffs we're going to get. At any point, the team could just start to crumble. And, we don't always have access to quarterbacks. We don't always have access to certain positions. And, I said at the beginning, we need luck on our side. We had the luck on our side. He missed 3 field goals. The defense has been working hard. Can they give us another try at it? Give us a close game as we sim through. First quarter will be 3-3. So Ohio State does get some field goal action, and we do as well. Second quarter, we put it in the end zone. Ohio State turns it over, and it's halftime 10-3 us. Third quarter, and Ohio State takes the drive and gets a field goal out of it, and we get a safety, and we hop into the fourth quarter. It's 12-6. Ohio State's yet to find the end zone, and we have the football in the red zone. This is our chance. Can we finally beat Ohio State right up the middle? And he's down to the 5. He's got 18 carries for 26 yards, but we're still on top. Sacked. And it's 3rd down and goal. And we will roll. That's fine. That is fine. Just take the field goal. Please hit it. And the kick is almost blocked. Kicker got taken out, but we hit it. and that is huge because it makes it a 2-score game, and Ohio State's run game is going to break through and get a solid gain of 6. Looked like he wasn't going to get anything on that play, but 7 minutes to go. Bubble screen, and that is good defense swarming to him. 3rd down, sneaking. He gets the 1st down, but their quarterback had a bad game last time. He's had a bad game today as well. Just over 100 yards and more interception problems for him. Ohio State's quarterback really holding him back, and he's getting sacked. And it's 3rd and 16, and we got a 4-man rush. They are going to find an open man, but he's shy of the line. 5 minutes to go. You got to go for it. 4th and 3 from the 45. Pass is caught, and Ohio State's still alive. And they're going to hand it off, and they're going to get 9. I mean, you can run on this defense and probably just get yourself good yardage every single play, and that was almost picked off. And that 3rd down play was huge. We forced the field goal. They could have went for it on 4th and 1. They hit the field goal, and oddly enough, without last game when Ohio State's only points on the board have been field goals. 2:27 to play. 3rd down. We're taking a shot. Dave, what are you doing? Picked off. Ohio State. Good job to make the tackle, but they have just over 2 minutes now. A touchdown gives them the lead with the extra point as Ohio State, a lot of time, but no one got open, and the pressure. And now 2nd and long. He's going to find a man open, and the 2-minute warning has gone through. They have to burn a timeout due to an injury. 3rd down and 6 now. Throwing it down the field. He's got a step. He reels it in at the 12, and now they're in the red zone. Not again. Ohio State down to the 2. Are they going to beat us again? Ohio State end zone. Incomplete. 2nd and goal from the 2. Man in motion. They got a snap with time in the pocket. He's gonna move. He's thrown to the outside. It's caught but shy. No gain. 3rd and goal. 47 seconds to go. Walking in. Touchdown. Ohio State with the lead. 40 seconds to go. Can we finally have a clutch moment? Come on. There you go with a big play. 24 yards. 2 timeouts. A run. I don't know about this. Run play. Gets us only like 3 yards. 30 seconds to go. Quick pass. 1st down. Last timeout off the clock. And now 25 seconds to go. It's got a slant over the middle. It's 2nd and inches. We spike it. We got one more play, and it needs to be a 1st down. Ferrier, he's going to scramble. He slides. 9 seconds. No timeouts, but the clock stops to the 1st down. Come on. 7, 6, 5, spike it. We can get a field goal. Come on, for the win, for the championship, and for a playoff appearance to finally beat Ohio State. He's gonna have it from 44 yards out. Kick is gonna be up, and it's slow-mo on its way. It is good. It's good. And just tackle him on the kickoff, and we're gonna win this game. And Ohio State fields it inside the 10. Ohio State is down. It took us 11 years to beat them, but we beat them not in the big rivalry game at the end of the season. We beat them in the Big Ten championship, which is even bigger. And we are knocking them out of the playoffs and putting ourselves presumably in the playoffs finally. And what a job from this team, and a clutch drive. We are going to the 11 seed, taking on BYU. They are 12-1. We sneak in, and we have some All-Americans as well. How about 5 second-team Big Ten players? That is spectacular. And then when you go to the first team, our kicker actually made it, oddly enough. Sure, I mean, I guess we didn't take many long field goals, so we didn't miss much. But we now, finally in the playoffs. Can we win in the playoffs? We made it, but the next step is trying to win. Remember, the goal is to win a national championship, and while we have exceeded what I thought was maybe even possible in this, I don't know if we can get over that hill. I mean, it took us that many tries to beat Ohio State, and if you go into the playoffs, that means you're playing 3 to 4 premier teams, depending on if you get a first-round bye. We did not, obviously, so we're going to have to face 4 premier teams if we want to win a national championship and beat them all. BYU outside, first play of the quarter. Come on, Morton picked off. He's taking it all the way. Touchdown, Zach Morton. He got is 17-7. We are winning this game, and it's Zach Morton who could be the hero as BYU is struggling. And we have the football back. I cannot believe what we're watching right now. We have 17 rushing yards on 17 carries, but it's not mattering because it's the defense. As we have it 3rd and 14. He's throwing, and Farrier down, fumbles the football, and the BYU picks it up. BYU now with an opportunity to get back in the completion. 1st down to the 11-yard line as they're throwing now inside the 10, and it's swatted down at the line. Great job. 3rd down, end zone, incomplete. And they'll have to settle for 3. Field goal is good. 1-score game as we take over with 7 minutes to play, and no one even blocked on that play. And now 2nd and 15, running the football, and we'll get the sack yardage back. And relying on this offense, it's scary. Play action, 3rd and long, we're taking a shot, deep, double coverage. Does everyone start quarterback? Are they colorblind? They love throwing it deep in double coverage. And BYU takes over inside the red zone, looking for the tie, running the football. And he's got 12. He's over 100 yards on just 10 carries. Pass defense has been great. Run defense, not so much. 2nd down and goal, and they'll hand it to him on the ground, and that's a big stop. Run defense starting to strengthen up a little bit. 11 yards out, 3rd and goal is open. Touchdown! And BYU, an extra point away, ties this game. And we were up by 10 just a few minutes ago. And the offense, they need to put points up on the board. You can't rely on your defense forever. 4:30 to play. Run game. He's not going to quite get their 3rd down in inches. And that's going to be a sneak for the 1st down. Under 4 to play. Come on, guys. Do something. Big play. Come on. There you go. Solid run for 6. He's not that fast, though. 3rd down and 3. Come on, Farrier. Rolling. Throwing out of bounds. He had to get rid of it. And BYU has 3 minutes and the ball and a completion to an open man. And this is not looking good. I don't know if Morton has another pick 6 in him as that pass is caught. 9 yards, 2nd and inches as they'll sweep it. He makes a miss, makes another man miss, but not 3. They lose yards on the play. 2-minute warning approaching, a 3rd down. The blitz couldn't get there, and they get an open man for the first. 2-minute warning at the 46. He's running, he's sliding for 9, and I think they're in field goal range now. Running the ball, now they're definitely in. Morton brings them down, and it's at the 28-yard line. He's gonna look. He's got so much room. It is all the way inside the 10. A minute 20 to go. We're down to 1 timeout. And even though we get him down, we are out of timeout. 2nd and goal. Pitch it out. And we got to push him out. And he does get out of bounds. So that helps us out a little bit. They're going to throw on 3rd. And they get sacked. So that's obviously better than throwing an incomplete pass. They'll get a field goal out of it. It's good. We have 30 seconds and no timeouts. 22-yard line. Pass is caught, but it's short of the 1st down, so we lose a lot of time there. 3rd and 4, 13 seconds to play. A lot of time. He's throwing it down the field. It's out of bounds. And with 9 seconds to go, we have to go 72 yards. That pass is caught, and he's going to just get a bunch of yards to try to set us up into Hail Mary range. I don't think we got the time to get the spike off. 2, 1, spike. Clock expires. And we lose in the playoffs, and we had a 10-point lead. First play was a pick 6 from Morton, and like the offense just can't keep up. I mean, we are not a good offense. It is what it is. I'm surprised at how good our defense is. Like, we have a really good defense, and it's crazy, but the offense isn't good. Leon Farrier on the season, I mean, 29 touchdowns, 12 picks overall is a nice season. But when you're taking on some of the best teams that the nation has to offer, I mean, it's just not good enough. We need more than that. Run game especially was bad. I mean, our running back situation was as bad as it's looked in years, and it reflected that. But the receiving finally got that big 1,000-yard season, about 1,200 yards from Corbin over there. So great job. How about this too? Webb, 21 sacks, 27 tackles for loss. So he was one of our best players. He's an 84 overall, just straight up in base. And he's even higher with the boost, but look at that. I mean, he even had, 2 sacks in the playoff game. He had at least a tackle for loss in every game. And what we're losing is pretty brutal. 87, 86, 84. Morton especially was like our just best player. He was awesome, and he almost helped us win that playoff game. None of them get drafted, which is crazy. Like Morton, I think, deserved maybe a 7th round draft pick. He was really good. And for an 87 overall, he performed well beyond probably what a lot of corners that did get drafted performed at. So we have to try to replace those guys. And the team is still getting slightly better because of the boosts for coaching and everything, especially with what we have for Architect. If you know about the last section on Architect, you know, you do get to have a chance to increase skill caps with a conference championship. It's also a national championship win, but we're not really focusing on that. If you win a conference championship, though, you can get some skill caps upgraded. We get off-season training boosts. We get other skill cap chances for leveling up. So that's why some of the players have been getting, like, incrementally better ceiling-wise. Like, not crazy, but, like, we've been seeing more 80s, like, more true 80s rather than just, like, 75s. We've been getting a couple of skill cap upgrades. But defensive tackle is where things are at its best for this team, and we'll get to those guys. But linebacking core, we got a lot of just bodies here. Cornerback, yeah, replacing Morton's gonna be brutal, but our cornerback play's been really good. Like, we just get a lot of turnovers, which is awesome. Safety room, not great, but we can deal. But yeah, how about one of our other new best players? Danny Vokalek is up to a 90 with booze. Jose Ruggins, also another player that we'll have on the defensive side of the football. Leon Ferrier back for his final season, fully maxed out, and he looks pretty nice. Cornell Shembo at linebacker looks pretty cool. We get to 8 games in. We are 7-1. Everyone above us, though, is undefeated in the conference, and we get to take one of them on. It's UCLA, 7th ranked, 9-0, and a good start for the offense as they get 13 points in the first quarter. UCLA puts it in 13-10. Halftime score, it is up 3 for us, and into the third quarter we go. Can we hold on to the lead? I think we turned it over in the red zone or missed a chip shot field goal. UCLA tied it up, and it's 13-13, and this is a massive game because of how tight the top of the Big Ten standings are. We already got one loss on the board, and if we want to maybe climb into the top 10, beating UCLA would go a long way to doing that, as they are going to throw outside. Caught. It's going to be just enough for the first down. Defense has done a solid job again. They got 2 interceptions today, but, I mean, everything else has been as per usual. Low scoring, under 20 points, as look at UCLA with the spin to the edge. Touchdown. Bruins 20-13. And the run game stopped for a loss. 3rd down and 8. And barriers going down. 3 guys got in there. And it's not looking good right now, as they're going to get good field position. Run game, shedding a tackle. Not going to get far, though, as he got a loss of 4. And they'll set up the screen. Nice job blowing up the screen. That was Shembo, one of our top players. And it's 3rd and 18. 5 minutes to play. And over the middle of first, and a lot more. Gain of 30, and they're in the red zone. Looking for the 2-score lead. It's intercepted, and the defense comes up big again. And we take it back in a 1-score deficit. Come on, offense. Make them worthwhile. Make those turnovers worthwhile, as they just gonna keep getting sacked as a 3rd and 18. The check down gets the first, and UCLA, you can't let that happen. And we got another try at this drive because you aren't going to get a 3rd and 18 check down going for a first every single time. 3rd down and 13. Yeah, that's more like it. 0 sacks for us, 7 for them. That's where the biggest talent discrepancies are felt, is on the trenches, and you can see it just really wrecking us all throughout the past decade, as UCLA not going to get the first. We have another chance at it. Ferrier scrambling, and he's going to get the first down. We go to the 2-minute warning and then advance to the 92nd mark, where we get a completion, 3rd down and 1 from midfield. Quick pass. He couldn't hang on. 4th and 1. Come on. Convert. Handoff. It's blown up. UCLA holds on for the victory, and we lose by 1 score And if we want to make the conference championship, we're going to need to probably win out. We did get a win in our next game. We take on 4-6 Rutgers, and that would help us get to 9-2 going into Ohio State week. If we win, we do. We are the 14 seed, and we take on Ohio State. They are 8-3, 7-1 in the conference. So this is literally a must-win game for us. If we want to make the conference championship, we beat Ohio State, we take the tiebreaker, and I don't know what the situation would look like for Washington. If they lose, I don't know if we'd have the tiebreaker on them, but we need to beat Ohio State if we're going to have a chance at this. And if we beat Ohio State, maybe there's a chance we sneak into the playoffs at 10-2 outside the conference championship. There's even an aspect of it where it might be better for us to not make the conference championship if we win this game. But we have to win first. And with only one win on the board against Ohio State in this video, it's not going to fill us with confidence. As at least right now, though, it's looking phenomenal. 24-7 going into the fourth quarter. Ohio State is going to need a lot to have to happen in this fourth as they're scrambling, getting inside the 25-yard line, down inside that 10 after a 17-yard run. Play action, and the Buckeyes got a completion down to the 2, trying to cut this down to a 2-score game. Keeper, he is in, and Ohio State down by 10. Just don't do anything crazy. Don't turn the football over, and just don't choke it, please, as we swing it outside. Come on, pick 6, and you handed it to him. 14 yards out, and they get a pick 6, and now it's a 3-point game. Obviously, they got the momentum. They're at home. The crowd is probably going nuts. They get a 3-and-out. Everything is going wrong, and the defense at least has our back a little bit. 3rd and 9. We need to stop in the worst way. Throwing it down the field. It's incomplete, but there's a flag. Come on, everything is going so wrong. A loss here. We're out of the playoffs. We're out of the Big Ten championship. We're out. We're done for. We can't win this game. And a big run to set them up. Now they're in the red zone. 3rd and 6. 3 minutes to go. He's going for the end zone. It's intercepted. He picked it up in the back corner. And we take the football back. And maybe, just maybe, we can hold on for this lead. Take a picture. And we can maybe run out this clock as we hand it off. Ohio State making us lose yards. It's 3rd and 15. Play action. Farrier hit, and it's incomplete. We have to punt. And, well, can the defense do it again as it gets the stop? Only a yard. 3rd down and 6 as they're going to throw it. And he's going deep. He's got one-on-one. It's incomplete. And it's the same guy, number 3, who's having a great game right now. 4th down and 6. And it's over everybody's head. And Ohio State might be all over. Can we get the first down to seal it? Pass to the outside is going to be nothing. And he got out of bounds. That's bad everywhere. Play action. We go down. 2-minute warning. And Ohio State has no timeouts. But we'll have the football, needing to go 62 yards for a touchdown. Make it a little bit more than that. They lose yards on 1st down. 2nd down with 1:20 to play. And the pressure gets in. 3rd and 19. He's throwing. He's got nowhere to go. It's 4th and very long, and 1 minute to play. Come on, hold off and stop this comeback. We were up 24-7. Ohio State trying to keep their dreams alive. Deep ball incomplete. And we're going to survive on the road at Ohio State. And maybe we can go to the playoffs once more. As we kneel it out, we win the game, and will Washington lose to help us get into the conference championship? We go ahead, and we do get in. We move up to the 8th spot, and it's looking like maybe like the conference championship, like I said at the start, maybe it's a bad thing we made the conference championship. If we lose, we could fall out of the playoffs. If we would have just won this game, Washington wins, takes the conference championship appearance, I mean, we could have just slid in as the 8th seed. it's the risk and reward, because also if we win this game, we get a first round bye. But right now, it's not looking great. We finally put some points on the board. There you go, and a field goal. And all of a sudden, 10-9 your score, and we're inside the 5. It was looking kind of hopeless, but here we are. 3rd and goal from the 3. Ferrier swings it out, and he's not going to make the open field defender miss, and we will have to settle for a field goal, but it will give us the lead. And it is good. Hold this 2-point lead with 9 minutes to play. Run right up the middle, and a big lane opened up. That's going to be for a gain of 23 yards. They're averaging, again, like 10 yards a carry just about. And here's another just dozen yards. He's got so many yards on just 13 carries. But at least we have a great pass rush. That's all we seem to have, is a great pass rush. Great secondary performances. And 3rd down and 18. They're not going to get the first. They punt it. And we take over as the offense. Can we start to, maybe take some time off? I'm not even going to ask for a touchdown because I don't expect it with how ugly it looks sometimes. 3rd down and long. Play action. And this team does way too many play actions for such an ineffective run game. Like, they were not faked by the play action. This team can't run the football. UCLA takes over. 43-yard line. That pass caught. And a nice gain in between 2 defenders. That ball was perfectly placed as now they run the football to the outside. And it just punches our defender to the ground. Spins out another. And he breaks another tackle and another before getting out of bounds. My goodness. That was some Derrick Henry putting Cole Bishop in the ground as we have it 3rd down and goal. Run play stopped, and we're at least going to hold to a field goal. Kick is good. Chip shot field goal, 13-12 now, as we lost by just 7 points last time against this team. Now, can we overcome this 1-point hurdle? 2 minutes to play. He's scrambling, not far, but he will get us to a 3rd down and 4 situation. 2 minutes to play, and he's gonna get brought down. Not again. 4th and 11. Ferrier, deep ball. It's incomplete. UCLA, we have all of our timeouts, but they are going to get another good run. Another first down. And with 1:20 to go, one more will probably do it as we get the stop there for 3rd and 8. They're actually going to throw it. It's going to help us out because they throw an incomplete pass. And that really saved us about 40 seconds. Field goal is good. A touchdown with 60 seconds to play is going to be what we need for the win. And we're going to start with a 6-yard gain. We have to go 79 more yards. He's dropping the throw on 2nd down. He's going down again. I just can't. This offensive line's so bad. 3rd and 13. Ferrier is going to have it in double coverage on a check down, and it's knocked away. 4th down. Game on the line. Passes short. Way short. And UCLA is going to be able to kneel this football out and take home another victory over us. And now we have to sit and wait and hope it wasn't going to knock us out of the playoffs. What works to our benefit is we at least didn't get blown out, so that helps us in our rankings, but just dropping 3 to 4 spots could be enough to drop us out. But thankfully, we barely stay in to take on Ole Miss, and at 10-3, if we win, we got to take on UCLA again. But Vokalek makes Big Ten All-American, which is awesome. We lost in the playoffs last year to BYU, but the fact that now we have made it 2 years in a row, again, impressive. We need to prove we can win, though. And against the best team on the schedule, UCLA, we've lost twice. We're 0-2 against them. And now, can we get the job done against an SEC opponent as 2 10-win teams are going at it? And let's see how this goes. We advance through the first quarter, and it's going to be a 0-0 game after the first quarter. So defensive battle, it feels like every single time Ole Miss puts a touchdown on the board, but we respond with a touchdown and then another one and then a field goal. Okay, guys, halftime we're up by 10. I mean, if we put up 20 points, it feels like we can win a game because we never put up 20 plus. As Michigan is going to go into the fourth quarter, Ole Miss has the ball in scoring range, but we're up by 10 still, and we are going to stop them on 3rd down and force a field goal try. So now, with the field goal for a 1-score deficit, it is good. And we are in a spot where we are very familiar with, where we are struggling to score 20-plus points. We're in a spot where we can win. Farrier is going to run for a first down. He doesn't do that much on design runs, but a 2nd down and 10 2-yard gain will give us 3rd and 8 with an extra man sent in. Dude, these one-star quarterbacks are just so slow to react. They just can't handle pressure, and it's like, this would look a lot better if we weren't facing the best teams in the nation all the time. So, like, it's just brutal. It's Ole Miss taking over in our territory. 6.5 to go. Run right up the middle is going to get them to the 29 as they're going to go run it again. We shoot through for a tackle for loss, and it's 3rd and 13. And they are going to throw it over the head of their receiver. Field goal try, 49 yards. It's good, but we hang on to our lead by 4. As it just feels like every time we get a lead and we just play like just so safe, and we have to just try to hope we can hang on. We are the definition of a team playing not to lose instead of playing to win, because we can't really afford to play to win sometimes. But at least the run game is looking better than it has in a lot of these fourth quarters. Couple of first downs. Now inside the 30. Another run right up the middle is going to get us a good gain. Finally, we're able to run the football. We get stopped there, but we are in field goal range. We're in the red zone. 3rd down and 14. Just don't turn it over as he's going for the end zone. It's incomplete. And we are going to settle for 3. Hit it as that one, oh my goodness, like 3 guys got in there and almost blocked it, but we got the 7-point lead. So we just need to not allow a touchdown, and if we do, I guess we could be going to overtime, but please don't allow a touchdown. Give us a playoff victory. 38-yard line, 2-minute warning approaching, pass is caught, and a first down gain of 12 right at midfield. And that's a fumble on the snap, and it's gonna be a tackle. I talked about we needed a little bit of luck on our side, and that's the luck we needed, and a sack. We made him lose 11 yards on a bad snap. 3rd and 26, he's throwing it deep. It's 1-on-1, incomplete. 4th and 26 for the game. Come on, deep ball, knock it away. It's down, and we're gonna win a playoff game. And we had the luck of a bad snap, and we win a playoff game. Now we're taking on UCLA for round 3. We lost by 7, then we lost by 4 in the championship game. And now in the semifinals, can we win this time? This is the farthest we've made it for a team that's already beaten us twice in the season. I mean, I guess if there is something working in our favor, the team that beats you twice in a row, you know, they don't have to maybe look for new ways to beat you. They're already beaten us. Maybe they're overconfident. Maybe we'll find a new way to beat them. I don't know. I'm trying to put a positive spin on this in any way that I can for a team that is undefeated and very much the favorites to not only beat us, but be one of the favorites to go to a national championship and win the whole thing. So we get advancing. First quarter, and we go put up a field goal and then put up a touchdown. 10-0 Michigan. Feels like this is kind of what we do, though. We do like getting off to hot starts and then absolutely cooling down. It's like we hit them with like our best shot, and then we don't have anything else. We don't have like any counter punches. We just have one shot and it hits, and then we don't get anything else. We're stuck at our usual 17, but how about that? 24 and then 31 out of nowhere. 31-13 is your score, and suddenly it's looking like maybe Michigan can do this as UCLA. They're throwing a deep ball. 9 minutes to go. Down by 3, scores, but it's a touchdown for the Bruins. And we are not going to be running away easily with this one. 2-score deficit for the Bruins as we run the football. Nice little move to get the first down. And we have it at the 37-yard line. 2nd down as we go underneath that. I think that was just a flat-out drop off his hands. 3rd down and 7. And we go outside short of the line, and it'll be 3 yards, but Barriers had a really good game as we take over on defense, and a completion for 9 as their quarterback has had an up and down game. Couple touchdowns, couple of picks, and he's got to run for a 10-yard gain as we got 7 minutes to play. Sweep it to the outside. There you go. Defense getting the stop in the backfield. He, once again, running back, has another 100-yard game on us. UCLA's run game has brutalized us, and the passing game now is also helping out a little bit. Direct snap to the back. He's got blocking on the edge, and he's got a first down. And he's got another nice game, 15 yards, as we're ticking under 6 minutes to go. 3-man rush, and he got the time. He got an open man, and he's got him to the 21. Now move him ahead to the red zone as they go with a run. Up the middle, and a spin move. Touchdown. UCLA, they don't go for 2. They just opt for the extra point to make it a 4-point deficit, and this is what I'm afraid of. Us just playing a little scared. We're playing not to lose. Come on, we got to do something. We cannot let them get back in it, as that's going to be an incomplete pass, and punt the football away as UCLA, they're storming back in this one, and another shot down the middle for a gain to the 20, and we're not going to let it slip away. Picked off, and we jumped in front of the RPO, and a huge turnover. Can we put it away now? 3 minutes to go. Run play. Stopped in the backfield. UCLA use a timeout. It's 3rd and long. And they're going to get the stop. Use their timeout. 3 minutes to go. Can we stop them one more time? Because then that would be probably your game, as it's down to 2.5 to go. Throwing. He's got time on the outside. He goes for a receiver, getting the first down after falling forward. 2-minute warning hitting. We're in that territory now. Game over with a turnover or a stop as a sack. As it's now 2nd and 18. Extra man set in. He got through. 3rd and long. 1.5 minutes. Come on, defense. As he's throwing. And he got hit right to a defender. Picked off. And we're taking it back the other way. And a victory. We're actually moving on. We're going to a semifinals. And UCLA, they beat us twice. But in the game where I'm at the most, we did it. And now we are just 2 games away, 2 wins away from getting that national title. And I don't believe the way that this team has been able to pull off some of these wins, because it's ugly, it's gross, it's just a struggle. Look at the running production. It's not there. It's never there. But we did it, and still the job is not finished, because now we get a rematch. BYU is even better than they were last year, and they already beat us last year. They're undefeated. And how crazy would it be if a 3-loss Michigan losing a conference championship goes all the way to the national championship? We got a little bit of luck when it came to the bad snap that got us our first playoff win. And then we got a familiar opponent in UCLA that we already played twice. BYU, I don't know if there's going to be another bit of luck involved in this one, because while we did face them last year, we are not familiar enough. And also, they are undefeated for a reason. Come on, though. Rose Bowl game with a national championship on the line, as we will go to simulate the first 3 quarters and see if we can at least keep ourselves close in this one. First quarter is going to be 0-0 for now, and it looked like we got close to scoring but weren't able to do it. So scoreless first quarter. Second quarter, I think we got close again and couldn't do it. BYU puts in a touchdown. We eventually do right at the end, 7-7 at half. And now the third quarter, BYU drives but punts, drives again, gets a field goal this time, and it's going to be 10-7 BYU football. So we are down in the offense. It's on them. They got to do something. 9.5 to go. Run for BYU. Got a spin move and a close to the first down marker, 9-yard gain. Now goal line package as they go sneak it. They are going to call 4th and 1, but I just don't think that is 4th and 1, and they're going to challenge it. So I think he pretty clearly got the first down. But, I mean, I don't know. Like, the stroke of luck we would need is the refs bailing us out and not calling it. But they got the first down. They give it to them. 9 minutes to play as they had time, but just no one really got open, I guess, as he threw it away. 2nd down and 10. Tossed the football out. Got a nice block on the edge, and he's chewing through the gap, and he's gone! 65 yards! And now we're in the terrifying territory, because this team is not built to come back from down 2 scores. We are just not built to do that, as we are going to have a read option. And Ferrier going to have a solid, nice run of 20 yards. But man, can we find the end zone? Can we actually make a comeback? As they're going to run again, sliding for 5. 3rd down. As Ferrier going to get the block picked up and throw it deep. But 2 guys are down there, and it's incomplete. As we punt the football away with 7.5 to go. Run defense helps us out with a 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12. He's going to throw to an open man and not able to knock that football out at all as he gets the first. 48-yard line. 2nd and 7. He's going to step up and float that one for a nice little gain of 6 or 7. 3rd down and inches. They sneak it again. Another first. And BYU clock to 5.5, read option, and another nice running lane opens up, and now our best player is injured, and that's not going to help us at all. Run defense is definitely the weak spot of this defense, as he's got 125 yards on 14 carries, and he's going to keep adding to it. 6 more. Red zone, 3rd down and 2. Read option. He's got another first, and we just can't stop them. 10-yard line, and the run, and he is in. Touchdown BYU. 17 points down with 3.5 to go, and I don't think it's happening this year. I don't think it is. As Ferrier, deep ball, gotta have it completed, but I mean, I don't think it's gonna work out for us unless we get a touchdown, a stop, touchdown, onside kick. I've watched this team long enough. That ball is just flung all the way out of bounds. No one was there. And that's going to be 3rd down and 4. I've watched this team for over a decade to know what's going to happen here. As it's 4th down and 4, 31-yard line. And the game, he is going to keep it somewhat alive, I guess. It's going to be caught inside the red zone. And now from the 12-yard line, he'll throw underneath, caught, spin move inside the 5, goal to go from the 4. It's going to be caught. He's reaching. He's a yard shy. Now Ferrier is hurt. Great. We got our backup quarterback in. Run game. Can't get in. And we get goal line stuffed so we can't even find the end zone again. 24-7 your final. And we come up short in the semis. And man, it hurts. Every time we lose a game like this, it just hurts a little bit more because I really don't know. Like, how are we going to get back here again? Ferrier threw 4 picks and 56 pass attempts. I mean, this offense is just not. It's just not good. We just don't got talent. We don't got enough talent. We have enough like production on defense, which is impressive. I mean, Ruggins, 85 overall corner, grabs 2 interceptions, does great. But here is Ferrier's career: 27 touchdowns, 6 picks, 60% completion percentage. This is the best QB season we've had this video. And he comes out in the championship, or the semifinal game, to go to the championship and throws 4 interceptions. So, I mean, if this is the best we've gotten at the quarterback spot, he's gone too. So, I mean, we need to replace him with whoever we have on the roster. And I have not been able to find a quarterback quite like the 2 that we have had over the past like 6, 7, 8 years. 2 900-yard receivers, an 800-yard receiver. I mean, the receiving production's been pretty good as well, even though we had a 91-catch, 800-yard season from him, our 3rd receiver. 8 sacks, 7 sacks, 6 sacks. So really good sack production spreading around. And the interceptions, I mean, look at this. Warren Page, who had the pick in the Ohio State game, 10 picks on the season. He was incredible. Ruggins, 85 overall, like I said. He was incredible. 9 picks. Vovalek, Ferrier, Ruggins, all gone. Not going to be on the team next year. And they're also not going to be getting drafted either, unfortunately. So bring in another class of 35 and just gotta hope. I mean, we lost 3 of our best players, but I still think this team has enough talent to at least match what they did last year. If we were able to do it last year, I think we could do it again. I mean, that's at least the thought, right? Page, well-deserved impact dev upgrade for his interceptions that he had all season. Here is what the roster is going to be looking like for the next year. And we got our new best player for at least, you know, the overall that is listed with the coach boost. 92 overall tackle. He's an 86 in base, but he gets +6 from the coaches. But an 89 linebacker as well for Cornell Shembo, who's been around starting for a little bit. He's been pretty good for us, and he is going to be at his peak now. And when you're looking around, I mean, we have a couple of nice sophomores too. How about 88 overall tackle Ty Folk at a sophomore red shirt? Once again, I think the team is better than they were last year because we keep on steadily improving and keep on getting certain boosts, and we keep on getting a number of things going in our favor when it comes to the coaching and the upgrades there. So LaRon Oben is our quarterback now. He's not bad. I mean, but he is still maybe a year away from being what we had last year in Farrier. But we start the season off. We go 9-0. And right now we're sitting on top. But we do drop a game to Michigan State throughout the season. And that is going to set us back to 9-1. But we do win the final two, take on Michigan State in the conference championship. And at 11-1, fourth in the country, we can get a first round bye if we win this game. Michigan State, though, already beaten us once and is fighting for their playoff lives. So we go and get a 10-7, no 10-10 game at half. So pretty typical for this team to be just stuck at 10 to 17 points. We get to 13 on the board. We get to 16, and we have the ball to start the fourth quarter. 16-10 your scores. Oben at quarterback is immediately going to take a shot down the field in double coverage. On third down, and it's incomplete. We punt it away as Michigan State takes over. Draw. Shembo with the tackle, and it's going to be 3rd down and 4. For Michigan State, they're going to get it knocked away. And we force the 3 and out. Get great field position to Michigan State territory. Oben on the read option. There he goes. He's not super fast, but he's fast enough to get us into field goal range, I hope, at least. I mean, our kicker's range has been spotty. It'd be about a 50-yarder from here at 3rd down and 12 as Oben at least get us a couple of yards, but he's going to take a shot down the field. It's incomplete. 50-yard try, we're going to go for it. And it's going to be for the 2-score lead. Good. Huge kick. And we are up by 9. 7 minutes to play for a first-round bye. This essentially, to me, feels like a playoff game because even though we still make it if we lose, presumably, this is a game to where we could skip out on a playoff game, and getting the first round bye is so important because that's one less game, one less bit of luck that we need to go our way. As if we just take care of Michigan State, no disrespect to them, they're probably not better than any team that we'd play in the first round unless we're playing one of those, like, you know, group of 5 teams that ends up sneaking in as a 12 seed. So we need to win this game. Michigan State gets stopped but gets a field goal drive out of it, and the field goal is good. 5:45 to go in the run in a 1-score game. There you go. As we're finally going to see if we can get the run game going. It's not ever gotten going in the fourth quarter, but how about a pass for a gain of 6? We're 1 yard shy, and we punt the football, and that was like a 20-yard punt because we have a bum punter on our team, but a sack for the defense. First of the game for the defense, but it comes at a big time. 3:30 to play. Pass down the field. It's caught, and he goes out of bounds at the 37. Now 3rd down and 5. We send the blitz. He's going to throw. Open man inside the red zone. Falling forward at the 11. And they're looking for the lead. Run play is going to be a fumble, but it's scooped up by Michigan. A fumble almost had us, and now we stop him in the backfield for a big 3-yard loss. 3rd down and 4. Throwing, 2:30 to play. Up in the end zone. It's knocked away. 4th down and 4. Come on, defense. He's got time, and he's eventually going to throw to the end zone. It's broken up. Come on, defense, there we go. And now, can we get the first downs, or will we have to go 3 and out again? It's 3rd and 7. Throwing, and outside. Caught! He's got the first! And now we can run out this clock. And it's no, we threw an incomplete pass. If you just stop throwing the football, come on! But we're gonna throw it this time, and we do get the first down that ends it completely. We actually sealed the game, not only on defense, but we're able to run out the clock on offense. And not only are we going to be able to kneel this football, win our 2nd Big Ten championship, we're going to lock up a first round bye, which is huge. It is everything to get that first round bye, to skip out on a whole game that we're presumably going to be outmatched by another opponent. We did also get a little lucky. The fact that Michigan State, again, no disrespect to them, they were a 79 overall team compared to the like 95 overall Ohio State teams that we could have played. But we get our first round bye. We get the number 2 seed. Georgia, Florida State is the first round matchup. And Warren Page makes National All-American, along with a couple of other guys making first team All Big Ten. We take on Florida State. So Georgia lost to Florida State. Again, think that's a good matchup for us. Georgia always super stacked and talented. Florida State, again, no disrespect to them, probably not as talented as Georgia's roster. But it was a 7 versus 10 seed matchup, so it was close. But going through the first half, we are doing really good right now. They have 2 points. It's 13-2 at halftime. We get the football. We trade some possessions. We put up some more points. We put up another field goal. And right now to start the fourth quarter, we're winning 23-5 with the football. And we do have to end up punting the football, but Florida State takes over. They throw for a first down. And, up by 3 scores right now. We don't have to do anything crazy. We just have to play it safe. Shembo gets in for a sack. And what a player Shembo's been, as they're going to run, and they are not going to get far. You're running on 2nd and 17 down by 3 touchdowns. So you got to be able to just do something on the air, and they're throwing it deep. It's incomplete. 4th and 11. Could this be it? And a chance to go to the semis once again. He's scrambling. He's short. And we take it back with 7 to go. And a run is going to get stopped in the backfield. Loss of 2. We get back to 3rd down and 10 after a 2-yard run right back at them as now they're looking in the pocket. We had time. No one got open. Throw it away. That's fine. Just don't throw pick 6. Don't fumble the football. Don't give them good field position. This is a situation where I'm a little bit more comfortable playing not to lose, because at least we're up by a comfortable amount to make it so that one mistake doesn't absolutely crush us. But they're throwing it deep, and it's incomplete. The rain is helping us out. We're getting help. We're getting a little bit of luck, as that pass is going to be short. 4th down and 3 now. Under 5 to play. Florida State is going to not be able to reel it in. They hit Jordan loose, and we take over. And we were able to run this football down inside the red zone. Get it to about 1:10 to play, kick another field goal. We go up by 21 with a minute to go. And not only did we just win this playoff game, we dominated 26-5, your final. And we are on to the semis and 1 game away from making that national championship. What a game from this team. Run game still averaging like 2 yards a carry. Not good, but we're doing enough, and the defense is having a spectacular video. I am so impressed with this defense. It's so good. 3 sacks, and we got 4 picks on defense. We just get 3 interceptions every game. LSU is the matchup now, and they're number 3 in the country, and LSU is 13-1. Let's go. Sim through. First quarter, it's 0-0. And again, this defense, man, how is it that good? I accidentally hit sim to end a game, but you know what? No, we'll go through sim. Quarter by quarter is how we do it. We go 7-0 up. And LSU 14-0 down. They are down 14-0 in the first half. Are we going to be able to get the job to 21-0? And now it's the fourth quarter. It's 21-0. They have not scored. We have the ball in the red zone. We are dominating number 3 LSU. We are going to get stopped and settle for a field goal. But I am stunned at what I'm watching right now. How are we doing this? As LSU stepping up, throwing one down the field. It's knocked away. 4th down and 2 yards to go. LSU's going to run right up the middle. Tigers first down. It is still a 3-score game if you get a bunch of 2-point conversions, so not quite over, but another 4th down situation. It's not looking good for this team. They're throwing it deep. It's knocked down, and Page got him. And now we have it back again. And we're going to get stopped, but it's okay. Oben's hurt. That's not okay. Our quarterback being hurt is not okay. I think he'll be fine, though. I hope. But LSU drives it down the field eventually. 2 minutes to go. And they're sacked, and it's 4th down and 15 from the 19-yard line at the 2-minute warning. Pass is incomplete. And we not only win, we shut out number 3 LSU in the semifinals. We're going to a national championship, and we have done it in a dominant fashion. That is insane. So Oben's he's going to be fine. He's not going to miss the national championship, thankfully. We await to see our opponent, though, as look at the game. I mean, 2.5 sacks from Livings, who's one of our better players. 3 more picks from the defense. We take on Texas Tech. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, you know, this playoff run, LSU's obviously a great team, but Texas Tech, Florida State, I mean, we haven't played Alabama, we haven't played Georgia, we haven't played, like, you know, any of the other teams in our conference. We haven't played, you know, Miami. Miami's brutal to play against. Texas Tech is beatable. No disrespect to the Red Raiders, but it's hardly the scariest matchup. But this is our chance to end this. This is our chance to finally do it in year 13. To win a national championship with just 1-star players. And Michigan, can we get the job done? After all the pain that we have gone through, all the losses, a winless season, we lost to an FCS team in this video. Can we get the national championship, though? As we get through the first quarter, 7-0 us. And Texas Tech still, you know, our defense, incredible. 10-0 us. We get the football back, but we can't do anything with it. Texas Tech finally puts up a field goal. It's 17-3 at half. And Tech is going to finally find the end zone. 17-10. We go up 24-10. And that's going to be where we go in the fourth quarter. This defense had allowed 0 points to LSU, 5 to Florida State. I wouldn't even say the defense because it was a safety that Florida State got. So the defense has only allowed 3 points in the previous 2 playoff games. They allowed 10 here. And now 3rd down and 4. Texas Tech needing a stop. And they're going to get it. And they will have the football at about the 45-yard line as they're going to step up and try to run for the first. Not going to get there, but it'll get 6 yards. Now they're in enemy territory. Sweep it to the outside. He's going to get a stiff arm, but that's going to end up making him lose yards. It's 3rd and 9. 46-yard line as they're going to throw one deep. And it's over the head of everybody. Incomplete. And we take over after a bad punt. These punters are bad, even the ones that aren't on our team. But 3rd down and 15. 6:47 to play. Outside, and we just missed them open. And Texas Tech takes right back over right where they were. 46-yard line again. He'll scramble on 1st down again. And he'll get a decent run again. 2nd down and 2. Let's see if they can not go backwards like they did last time. As they'll swing it outside, and they will go backwards. This time only a 2-yard loss. But they need to get it here on 3rd down. As they'll throw. He's looking. He's going to throw it deep. On the run. 1-on-1. It's broken on 4th down. And now they're going to go for it this time. As they'll throw. And he's going deep, this time the other side. It is gonna be caught. Touchdown. And even though it was pretty good coverage, it wasn't enough. And Texas Tech cuts it down to a 7-point game. And now we have it back with under 6 to play, running. And now we are going to have it for 7 yards. Solid run there. Can we not go 3 and out? Play action for Oben. This is the slowest tuck and run you'll ever see. He got the 1st down, but he fumbles the football. And it's going to be on the ground still. Scooped up by our running back. And he's going to get yards on the play. He got an extra like 10 yards. And that was crazy that just worked out like that. And then immediately you threw a pick. Come on. Texas Tech is going to have it inside their 40-yard line. We got so lucky with the fumble, and then you immediately threw it away. And Tech has a 15-yard run, 21-yard line, screen, outside, got the open lane, touchdown, tie game. And now we suddenly have blown the 14-point lead with 4 minutes to play. Can we finally do something on offense? Nice run. He ran through a defender. And that is huge. What a run. We actually have a decent rushing performance right now as Oben is sacked. Loss of 5. We have no sacks as a team today. That hurts. As a run right up the middle. It's actually been pretty solid running. 3rd down and 7, though. Key play here down the middle. It's caught. He hung on. And we have it now with under 3 to go. Texas Tech territory. Oben, it's got another first. And we're right on field goal range. Come on. Run it up the middle. And another really solid run. 9 yards. 2-minute warning. Running on 2nd and 1. Backup running back. Can't get the first. It's 3rd down and 1 at the 2-minute warning with 25 yards out. And now running again. And he's not able to get it. 4th and 1. We're going for the field goal. I understand it. And it's going to be a 27-24 game. Up to the defense. to get the job done. And can we put an end to this? Texas Tech, 150 to play. They'll run it. And he's going to get stopped in the backfield. Shembo, what a play! 122 to go. Quick slant. He's got it caught, but he's shy of the line. 3 yards to go. Third down. Hurrying back to the line. 1:15 to go. Just going to give you the rest of this drive uninterrupted because this is everything. This is the last couple of plays of the national championship. Come on, defense. Shembo! Sack! Shembo got him down! Come on, one more play! 59 seconds and clock running. 4th and 12. Come on, to seal it. National championship. Deep ball. It is knocked away by Page. We're gonna do it. And a handoff just for good measure. First down. And the timeout, they are out of them. They are out of it. And we have done it. Texas Tech goes down, and we have won the national championship with only 1-star recruits. No playing, just watching, and just watching these players develop, watching them struggle, watching them sometimes stumble backwards and stumble around, fumble around, get some luck, but we did it in the end. And I thought that this would take a longer time. I thought this would take like 20 plus years. I didn't even know if it would be done, but we were able to do it in 13 years, which is really impressive, I feel like, because I didn't know what to expect. But Oben has a nice game. Look at Manny Gilliam. I mean, far from our most talented running back at 100 yards. That's the biggest game we've had from a running back. Shembo was awesome. Maybe one of my favorite players of the video. Like, my favorite players of the video, Shembo, Page at corner, Morton at corner. Those are the guys. But also Brams at the start. Don't forget what he did for us. But Odin, a 62 overall quarterback, actually had to play for us this season. Oben was hurt for a little bit, and Odin at 62 overall actually kind of steered the ship a little bit, got us a couple of wins. Under Oben, we didn't lose, and he was pretty all right in the playoffs, but I mean, look at that, man. We were able to put things together. Look at Gilliam, too. I mean, you know, only 650 yards, but, you know, 17 touchdowns. How about a 1,200-yard receiving year? And Shembo, oh my goodness, 123 tackles, 10 for a loss, 2 sacks. I mean, Page had, what, a 10-pick season, or was it a 9-pick season, and then he had another 5-pick season this year. This is what the coaching staff looked like. This is kind of what we had to do. We had to max out our 2 coordinators' schemes. Full 4 out of 4, like, on everything schemes for them. And then me, I was 4 out of 4 on all the ratings boost stuff. And then on top of that, I was also architect, basically maxed out and everything, except I didn't do linebacker, but linebacker turned out to be really good. And then this, I did get everything up to level 3 for off-season training boost. So I did training boost, skill cap boost, ratings boost, did as much as I could to really make sure that the players were as good as I possibly could get them. And we actually were able to do it. But before you go, there is one more thing I want to show you. So I'm showing you the national championships and Heisman winners, but I do have the one little graphic to show you guys for what we were able to do in these 13 years. Our win-loss record, we went 89-81. Pretty nice. I mean, we had a winning record after starting off the first 3 years with 2 combined wins. But I think the interesting thing here, we, throughout the course of this video, recruited 434 one-star players. And 45 of them were impact devs. That's about 10%. And the crazier thing, not a single star or elite dev player. 434 one-stars. None. Not even a star. I wasn't expecting elite, but not even a star. Even last year in the one-star video that I did, where I seen less one-stars, I think I found a star or 2. None in 434. We had 1 NCAA All-American, 17 Big Ten All-Americans. Our highest overall player, you know, without coach boosts or anything, was an 88 overall quarterback. He didn't get drafted. But our highest overall with coach boost was a 92 overall tackle. But throughout the course of the video as well, we didn't have a single player selected the NFL draft. So no award winners, no NFL draft picks, obviously no Heisman winners, 1 NCAA All-American, no star developments, no elite developments. Nothing. We worked with very little, and we were able to get the job done. So I hope you guys all enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the video, and you know, if you want to see more videos like this, challenges, stuff like this. Like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff is very helpful. And I will see you guys all in the next one.